Chasing truce, Israel's Netanyahu is keener on his government's survival than on peace. President Joe Biden remarked that there is real progress in talks between Israel and Hamas on a ceasefire, and hostage deal offers a rare ray of hope in the ending 15-month-long war. Mr. Biden said he was confident that his administration, which was only some more days left in office, could secure a deal. However, experience suggests that there is no deal unless an actual deal is reached, irrespective of the progress in talks. Even now, there are conflicting narratives on the remaining bottlenecks. Mr. Biden says Hamas is an obstacle, while Qatari and Egyptian officials who were involved in the talks say Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu refusal to agree to anything more than a temporary ceasefire is the main hurdle. Mr. Netanyahu does not want to bring the war to an end as his far right government could collapse, but he is ready to accept a temporary halt in fighting in return for hostages. Hamas, fearing that Israel would resume fighting once the hostages are released, demand a permanent ceasefire. While talks drag on, the plight of over 2 million people in Gaza is nearly forgotten. Israeli strikes have already killed 46,000 Palestinians. Most of the Gaza's population lives in tent cities without enough food, drinking water, medicines, and electricity. When Israel launched the war after Hamas' October 7, 2023 attack, it had three objectives: destroy Hamas, secure the release of hostages, and bolster the Jewish state's long-term security. 15 months later, while Israel has destroyed much of Hamas's military infrastructure and killed its top leadership, the group has survived and transformed itself as an insurgency. Israel has managed to release very few hostages and its long-term security risks remain. While the ceasefire with Hezbollah brought relative calm to the northern border, the Houthis of Yemen are now firing missiles and drones to Israel. The country is now facing international isolation. The International Court of Justice is hearing a genocide case against Israel, and International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants against Mr. Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Rights organizations from Amnesty International to HRW are accusing Israel of genocide. Mr. Netanyahu seems unperturbed thanks to the military, political, and diplomatic support that Israel still enjoys from the Biden administration. But its inability to meet its objective, even in the tiny Gaza Strip, is its disregard for international norms, law norms, and the barbarity with which it is attacking the Palestinians should shock anyone interested in the country's physical and moral well being. It is already too late. Israel's leaders and their backers in the West should not prolong this aimless war. Mr. Netanyahu should leave Gaza in return for the release of all hostages. Local power, local governments make a difference to the lives of people. Instead of signaling its intention to hold elections to rural local bodies, Tamil Nadu government has appointed several special officers for these bodies in several districts of the state. Elections were due in 9,600 village panchayats, 314 panchayat unions and 28 district panchayats, where the term of office of the rural local bodies came to an end on January 5. These government officers will function for the next 6 months. In support of its decision, the government has cited the ongoing reorganization of rural and urban local bodies, which will result in a delimitation of wards of the local bodies, a step that the government considers a prerequisite to the conduct of polls of the local bodies. It had given an undertaking to the Madras High Court that no poll notification would be issued without completing delimitation and putting in place a quota of seats and offices for women, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribes. Apart from creating four more municipal corporations by accommodating village panchayats, the stage is set for the expansion of the limits of municipal corporations, municipalities, and town panchayats in taking in other village panchayats. It has proposed the merger of at least 140 village panchayats with municipal corporations. Though there is nothing final about the reorganization, the government is of the view that rapid urbanization in village panchayats adjoining bigger cities such as Chennai and Coimbatore necessitates a fresh look at the local bodies. In Suresh Mahajan versus State of Madhya Pradesh, the Supreme Court had held that the delimitation or formation of ward cannot be a legitimate ground to be set forth by any authority, much less the State Election Commission, to not discharge its constitutional obligation in notifying its election program at an opportune time and ensure that an elected body was installed before the expiry of the 5-year term of the outgoing body. It had also stipulated that in undertaking delimitation, which the court regarded as a continuous exercise, it ought to be commenced well in advance so that the elections were notified on time. Sections of residents in a number of village panchayats have opposed the present proposed reorganization of local bodies as they were apprehensive of the cessation of rural development schemes such as the Manrega if there is a merger with local bodies. Tamil Nadu is not the only state that has failed to hold local bodies polls on time. Bigger cities such as Mumbai and Bengaluru are on the list. It is time that the states realize the importance of the space that local bodies occupy in a democratic structure. Despite shortcomings, local self governments do make a qualitative difference to people's lives. Forging leadership with India's youth power. Every year, January 12 is celebrated across the length and breadth of the country as National Youth Festival, a day which is also the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. The Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue is an innovative one launched with the vision of engaging India's youth in the developmental journey of the nation. The program seeks to harness the collective energy, creativity, and leadership potential of young minds towards and to contribute towards realizing a Viksit Bharat developed India. In line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's belief that the youth of the country are central to India's growth, the dialogue provides a platform for young leaders to engage in discussions, exchange ideas, and collaborate on solutions to the nation's challenges. Our dialogue, its competitive nature. The dialogue is a dynamic multi-stage initiative designed to engage and empower India's youth in the country's developmental journey. The competition has 4 stages. The first being Viksit Bharat Quiz, held digitally on My Bharat platform. The stage tested a platform's participants' knowledge about India's achievements, challenges, and vision for a developed future, covering areas such as sustainable development, technology, and national policies. The top scorers moved on to second stage, the essay and blog writing, where they had to write on themes such as tech for Viksit Bharat and empowering youth for Viksit Bharat, reflecting on their vision for India's future. These submissions were evaluated for originality. In the third stage, the Viksit Bharat Vision Pitch Deck, participants of the state level presented innovative ideas for India's development through a compelling pitch deck. The best teams of each state advanced to the fourth and last stage of the Viksit Bharat National Championship, which will be held at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. In the finale, the selected teams will pitch the visionary solutions to the Prime Minister. This in itself is a unique opportunity to influence national policy and contribute to India's vision of Viksit Bharat. The competition is structured to test not only participants' knowledge and creativity but also their leadership and communication skills. The National Youth Festival is an annual celebration of India's youth, fostering a spirit of national integration and promoting the ideals of youth empowerment and creativity. However, this year's festival stands out in several ways. The focus of this year is on youth for sustainable development, a theme that resonates with the growing recognition of young people as the drivers of global change. In line with commitments to the Sustainable Development Goals, the festival has incorporated workshops and seminars and cultural activities that align with the vision of a greener, more inclusive future. Additionally, there is a greater emphasis on the role of technology and innovation in achieving national goals, with specific sessions dedicated to tech for good and innovation for India's development. Another unique feature of this year is expanded virtual participation with digital platforms having been integrated into the festival. Young people from remote corners of the country can participate in discussion workshops, showcase their talents and ideas online. This inclusivity broadens the broad festival's reach and ensures that youth, regardless of location and chance to contribute. The 2025 National Youth Festival will feature workshop and panels on leadership and innovation. Second is cultural program. Third is tech and innovation showcases. Fourth, engagement with leaders, and fifth is recognition of youth contributions. The role of My Bharat, Mera Bharat, Yuva Bharat, My Bharat is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, plays an instrumental role in shaping and guiding the direction of National Youth Festival as a platform that empowers youth by promoting engagement, knowledge sharing, and participation in national nation building activities. It is crucial in curating the festival programs and ensuring that they align with the aspirations of India's youth. Through My Bharat, young people can gain access to resources, mentorship, and opportunities that will enhance their ability to contribute meaningful to country's development. In this year's festival, My Bharat will facilitate the digital integration of youth, enabling participation from across the country. It will also actively support youth-led initiatives, helping them navigate the complexities of social and technological challenges and encouraging them to find innovative solutions for a better India. In totality, India's youth is indeed its most precious asset as the country progresses towards its vision of becoming a Viksit Bharat. It is the boundless energy, the ideas, and the ambitions of young people that will power the nation's transformation. The initiative of Viksit Bharat Young's Leader Dialogue will not only open a new chapter but will also shape the mobilization of a political leadership. The future of India is bright and it rests in the able hands of its youth. This resonates with the belief expressed by Swami Vivekanand in unlimited possibilities in youth energy when he said, "Give me 100 believing youth men, I will transform India as the number one nation in the entire world." India's journey so far on the AI military bandwagon. As the world has begun utilizing and developing artificial intelligence for military purposes, amidst debates of ethical concern, India also appears to have hopped on the bandwagon. Last year saw the defense budget of 6.21 lakh crore with an emphasis on modernizing and upgrading India's military. India has begun to make strides towards integrating AI systems with their military and using them across various systems. Products such as Indrajal autonomous drone security system have been developed. India has also attracted investments from numerous foreign tech giants for its AI ecosystem. Microsoft, for example, has committed approximately $3 billion to build data centers in Telangana. On track, but there are hurdles. Multiple government figures have made statements about the utility of AI for military purposes, including Union Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, who remarked that artificial intelligence or AI has the potential to revolutionize military operations from predictive analytics to autonomous decision making systems. Additionally, India is a part of multiple joint initiatives internationally that focus on AI. All these steps indicate the pouring of money and manpower into developing AI systems for military purposes. India is on track to fully utilizing the potential of AI. However, there are some obstacles. Once addressed, they will ensure that India's adoption of AI will be even better. A lack of digitized data to train systems as the dearth of funds are the obvious factors. The biggest issue is the fact that data centers required to run AI systems are expensive. India's military already has to focus on replacing legacy systems such as older aircrafts and newer models, which is an expensive endeavor in itself. India's legacy hardware is no longer competitive in global sphere, and significant resources are being directed towards replacing and upgrading it. However, more general hurdles, which are harder to overcome, exacerbate the problem. One such issue is India's policies on AI are fragmented or lack guidelines for implementation. For instance, the National Strategy on Artificial Intelligence outlines India vision for deploying AI. However, it provides little insight on actual mechanisms for deployment. Similar, the responsible AI for all paper outlines the importance of accountability and transparency and puts forward the principles of responsible AI use, but fall short in making military AI specific recommendations. Major strides have been made through these documents, but as of now, arguably most robust frameworks need to be put in place for the deployment and the regulation of AI in the military. The Defense Artificial Intelligence Council (DAIC) and Defense AI Project Agency have been set up, and their objectives will bridge these gaps. However, there have not been any recent updates available to the public from these bodies. AI is also a technology that is a must based on the alacrity with which other countries have been focusing on it, integrating with their militaries. Israel and China have focused on rapidly developing and deploying military AI, and technologies are already far ahead. India needs clarity of vision in its attitude towards AI to make it possible to roll out AI systems faster and catch up with the global AI wave. There appears to be some degree of inconsistency within the government regarding sentiment towards military AI. This is reflected in remarks made by notable figures that underscore resistance and mistrust regarding the new technology. For example, Minister of External Affairs compared AI to nuclear weapons. AI will be dangerous for the world as nuclear bombs were, in terms of their potential dangers to the world. During the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence (DPI) in 2023, the Prime Minister also remarked that there must be focus on proceeding with extreme caution and warned of the darker sides of AI. While there is clarity on the fact that AI will be critical in coming years, especially military AI, there appears to be less clarity on how to roll it out. Specific problems in India. One of the biggest challenges that must be addressed, even when India is at a stage where technologies are ready to be widely deployed, is historically siloed nature of the armed forces. The Indian Army, Navy, Indian Air Force have separate doctrine systems and communication practices. This is likely significant. This will significantly hinder interoperability and the procurement of systems and for joint operation. Finally, when it comes to the procurement of systems themselves, one of the issues with developing AI for defense is the reliance on public sector units, which has prevailed in India for many decades. Despite the misconception that most of India's defense manufacturers are public sector companies, many private entities and startups produce advanced high quality systems. To equip the military with best systems at a large enough scale, there will have to be public private partnerships or an introduction of private competition. As seen with the space sector, this can significantly change the state of affairs. India has already begun harnessing AI's potential to bolster its defense ecosystem. However, these multiple impediments serve as a reminder of the measures that need to be taken. Strategic alignment is a paramount, and robust frameworks and policies are necessary to ensure AI's effective and ethical deployment. India needs to make systemic changes to tackle issues such as inter-service silos and an over-reliance on PSUs. Finally, collaboration and innovation internationally and in terms of PPPs will accelerate AI adoption and innovation. With a cohesive strategy, India will be able to maximize the utility of AI. The journey of Indian diaspora who are scattered across the globe are a remarkable chapter. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls at the Pravasi Bharati Divas to document these journeys, achievements, and contributions is a timely reminder of the unique role Indians play in connecting nations, cultures, and economies. From excelling in academics, business, and politics is on one hand to preserving and propagating India's rich cultural heritage on the other, their efforts form an indelible bond between India and the world. By highlighting their stories of triumph and struggle, India can offer the world a deeper understanding of its global footprint. Acknowledging the contributions of the diaspora will strengthen India's global partnership. This initiative should be supported through academic studies, cultural exhibitions, and collaborations with overseas communities. Whenever a stampede occurs, the numerous questions arise regarding the precautionary measures and crowd management strategies. Be it music and dance shows, festivals and processions, fairs and miscellaneous functions, the organizers and officials in charge should have a risk avoidance plan in place. Appropriate measures can be taken using technology such as artificial intelligence, drone, and stampede monitoring alarms. In Kerala, squabble over shirts and seers. Men should be allowed to enter Hindu temples in Kerala wearing shirts. The Chief Minister has supported his views. The seer remarks have sparked a debate, with some contending that the rules should be changed and others arguing that the same old age practices should be retained. The dress code followed in the temples of Kerala is not uniform. Women were banned from wearing salwars to the Guruvayur temple in the town of Guruvayur. They could only wear saris. This was until 2013 when the authorities modified the dress code to allow salwars too. So, thank you for listening. See you in the next one.